In this video, I will show you how to fix your deliverability and never ever struggle with it again. We've used this process with multiple e-commerce clients without fail. So let's go through how you can do the same. So there's 4 steps that we will go through in this video. The technical setup, the reason why your deliverability is bad, the exact process to fix it, and how to ensure that it stays fixed. All right, so let's start with the boring but absolutely essential part, the technical setup. If this isn't locked in, then nothing else really matters. And the first step is to set up a branded sending domain in Klaviyo. This is how you build reputation on your own domain instead of relying on generic sending infrastructure. So what you do is that you go to settings, then to domains, and then add domain. You add your root domain, click next, then you choose something like send or email as it says here. It really doesn't matter. Click next. Then you want to select your domain provider depending on what you have. I have something else, so I will click other, then next. And then we want to add our DNS records. Now this is not really complicated. I will take you through each step. Each step may vary depending on which platform you're using. I use something that I believe is a Norwegian one. So again, maybe it doesn't make sense or look similar to you, but this is the essential steps that you'll go through to add these DNS records. So first of all, just find your domain wherever you host it. Then you go to DNS settings. And at least in my case, I need to also click advanced settings. And then it's just to follow the steps and add the DNS records. Now, when you have set up all of your new DNS records, you can go back to Klaviyo and click verify. Then you click finish. And then this will take some time, up to 48 hours to get this verified. So let's get that verified before we move on to the next step. So it's been a few minutes and you can see now that this branded sending domain is active and ready to go, which is great. Now the next step is to set up DMARC, which is also super important. I won't go into too technical stuff, but again, we need to go back into our DNS records to set this up. So let's go through the steps for DMARC. Okay, so we're back to our DNS settings. Now we want to add TXT. Let me see here. Then the host is _DMARC, and then the value is here. I will also add all of this in the description below, so you can just copy paste into your DNS records and DNS settings. Then we add that and DMARC is up. And now the next and final step before we check everything and just confirm that everything is working is domain alignment. And this simply means that your from address when you're sending out emails to your customers is the same as your branded sending domain. So how we ensure this is the same and the domains are aligning, let's set up a test campaign here just so I can show you. We click next. Okay, obviously, as you can see, this is a dummy account. So here you can see that our sender email marcus@elevale.com. So it's the same domain as we use for our branded sending domain, which is send@elevale.com. So it's as simple as that. You just want to make sure that these domains are aligning and that you're not using another sender email domain than your branded sending domain. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now let's check if DMARC is set up correctly. You can use any of many DMARC checkers. I'm here at easydmarc.com, so you can use that as well. Now we just add our domain here, elevale.com, check DMARC, and you can see that the record status equals valid, which is great. Now there is other things you can do in terms of reporting, etc. But the way we have set up DMARC right now is how Klaviyo recommends it and how I recommend it too. As a beginner, it's absolutely good enough, and these other things is nothing to worry about at all. So now the branded sending domain is up. We have added the necessary DNS records. Now let's go over why your deliverability is bad in the first place. And once you have the technical setup in place, the reason behind bad deliverability is really not that complicated at all and very easy to solve as well. It's a reputation that your sending domain has with email providers like Yahoo, Microsoft, Gmail, etc. So if you're sending emails to your customers and they're not engaging, they're not opening, they're not clicking the emails, worst case, they maybe even mark some of them as spam, the email providers will see this and start sending your emails to spam because they don't want to deliver emails from you on their platform if the customers or receivers don't want to receive or don't want to engage with your content. So how do we make sure that people actually engage with our content, that they open our emails, and make sure that the email provider sees that people actually want to receive our emails? And again, it's not very complicated, but it's more about sending emails to those who actually want to receive emails from us, more than trying to get people that don't want our emails to actually open them. There is no hacks, there's no subject lines or anything that you can use to get people to open your emails if they don't want to. So it's much more about segmentation and making sure that you only send emails to people that are actually engaging with your emails, and stop sending to people when they, for example, have received 15 emails in the last 60 days but haven't opened a single one. Okay, so let's go through the process to fix this problem. Maybe you are already sending out email campaigns and you have like 20 or 30% open rates, which means probably a lot of your emails are landing in spam. People are not opening, people are not engaging with your emails, and if you keep sending them with 20 to 30% open rates, you will just damage your deliverability and domain reputation further, and more of your emails will start landing in the spam folders, which obviously isn't good at all. So what is it that we need to do? We need to take a few steps back and only send to super engaged profiles. We want to ensure at least 40% open rates, ideally around 50%, but we only send to engaged profiles that make sure that we get 40 to 50 or more percentage in open rates to start showing Gmail, Yahoo, Microsoft, etc. that people want to receive our emails. The people we send emails to, they actually open them, and that will rebuild our reputation with these email providers. So this may vary from brand to brand, but the practical steps that you do is that you create a segment, for example, with everyone that can receive email marketing and have opened at least one email from you in the last 30 days. Then you only send email campaigns to this specific segment and ensure 40 to 50 or even 60% open rates for a few cents before you add more people to your segment. And in the case, even if you segmented people that had opened your email in the last 30 days, and then you still experience like 20 or 30% open rates, basically below 40%, then you need to segment down further. So for example, people that have opened over 3 emails from you in the last 30 days, or clicked your email once in the last 30 days would be another good segment to test in this case. But hopefully by now you're getting the point, like this is not super complicated. It's a reputation thing with email providers, and we need to just show that when we are sending out emails, people are actually engaging with them. And this comes down to sending to people that want to engage and already have shown history of engaging with our emails, more than some hacks to get people to open our emails that are not really interested. Now over to the fourth step, which is how to ensure this stays fixed and that we don't end up damaging our deliverability again later down the road after we fixed it. Again, pretty simple. You just want to make sure that you keep cleaning your list. And if you see that your open rates drops below that 40% mark, then you need to have a look. For example, is there anyone that had received like 15, 20 emails from us in the last 60 or 90 days and haven't opened a single one? It might be time to suppress them. At least if you don't care about your Klaviyo costs, just locate these people, stop sending to them, and make sure that you are getting that 40 to 50% open rates. So yeah, it's really not that complicated. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on LinkedIn or just comment in the section below. And hopefully this was helpful to you. I appreciate you watching through this, and remember to subscribe. Thank you.